Arizona has no shortage of stunning spots for vacationers to choose from. And over the past 80 years, we've developed an impressive list of iconic diamond properties to brag about. All of the properties featured have cemented themselves as a rich and textured part of Arizona's past, present, and future. We are proud to claim them as our own. The Arizona Inn has been family-owned and operated since its creation in 1930 by Isabella Greenway, Arizona's first congresswoman and lifelong friend of Eleanor Roosevelt. Isabella built the inn for her own enjoyment and also to help disabled World War I veterans preserve their jobs in her philanthropically inspired furniture shop, the Arizona Hut. When the shop experienced some financial trouble following the stock market crash, Isabella rose to the occasion and built the Arizona Inn as a way to create enough demand to keep the shop going. To this day, the Arizona Inn keeps an on-site cabinet-making shop. A master craftsman restores original hut furniture and creates fine new custom furniture as well, all of which can be found throughout the hotel. One of the only existing luxury hotels in the world with a Frank Lloyd Wright-influenced design, the Arizona Biltmore has been an Arizona landmark since it opened and was crowned the Jewel of the Desert in 1929. Perhaps the most obvious design link to Wright is the use of indigenous materials to create the Biltmore block. The blocks were molded on-site and feature a geometric pattern that is said to represent a freshly cut palm tree. Chicago chewing gum magnate William Wrigley Jr. became the sole owner of the resort in 1930 and built the resort's original pool. It was host to diving competitions as well as fashion shows. Marilyn Monroe called this her favorite pool. Irving Berlin penned many tunes, including White Christmas, while sitting poolside at the Arizona Biltmore. The vision of a world-class retreat in the Sonoran Desert came from the mind of a young hotel manager named Jack Stewart. In 1936, he and a group of investors, including Ohio businessman John C. Lincoln, financed construction of the resort on a panoramic site with breathtaking views of Camelback Mountain. At a mere $75,000 to build, the resort accommodated 75 guests. It attracted wealthy travelers who were willing to endure long train rides to Phoenix and then another 12-mile trek down bumpy dirt roads to get there. The Camelback Inn embraces the future and welcomes the next generation of guests into its harmonious blend of creature comforts and modern amenities, all with a storied history that leaves guests thinking, in all the world, only one. A passing artist, a painter named Jesse Evans Benton, saw a small house situated at the base of Camelback Mountain. She had a vision. She purchased the property and the 40 acres of desert surrounding it. Her son and daughter-in-law built an adobe house on the land in 1926, expanding it over the years to accommodate visitors and eventually overnight guests. A young Hopi Indian boy named the home Jokaki, which means mud house. Today, the Jokaki Inn stands just inside the entrance of the Phoenician and symbolizes Southwest hospitality. Nearly 60 years later, Charles Keating had a vision to build a multi-million-dollar, five-diamond resort that would display the elegance and sophistication of Europe, standing out in the Sonoran Desert. When the Royal Palms Inn opened its doors in 1948, it was already a local landmark. The original mansion was built in 1928 as the winter home of Delos Willard Cook and his wife Florence. The original home was a 3,500-square-foot Spanish Revival villa with white plaster over brick, granada-tiled roofs, elaborately grilled windows and doorways, and elegant archways. Al Stovall, a former band leader, purchased the home in the 1930s. He predicted a boom in tourism in the Southwest following World War II, so he and his business partners turned the home into an inn in 1948. Today, the Royal Palms has become one of the most respected and gracious hideaways in the Valley of the Sun, offering its fortunate guests the privacy and pampering that Cook's closest friends experienced when they visited his home decades ago. Westward Look Wyndham Grand Resort and Spa grew from a gracious hacienda-style family home built shortly after Arizona was granted statehood in 1912. William Watson and his wife Maria bought 172 acres of homestead land that was considered desolate, isolated, and far from the small town of Tucson. Today, the Watsons' living room is still the heart of the resort. This room features the original stone hearth, fireplace, wrought iron chandeliers and hardwood floor, as well as the native ocotillo branches covering the ceiling. Westward Look got its name in the 1940s from an emotion-packed speech by Sir Winston Churchill after World War II began. He was actually quoting an English poet when he said, "In front, the sun climbs slowly, how slowly, but westward, look, the land is bright." The historic Wigwam Hotel in Arizona is a direct descendant of the state's early cotton ranching industry. When Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company discovered that cotton extended the life of its tires, the company bought 16,000 acres of Arizona land for cotton farming. In 1918, the organizational house was used as lodging for ranch suppliers. These suppliers, and the Goodyear executives who visited the farm with their families, thought it would make a great place to spend a winter vacation. On Thanksgiving Day, 1929, the Wigwam officially opened its doors as a guest ranch with enough rooms for 24 guests. Although this resort and hotel in Litchfield Park has steadily grown over the past 80 years, a portion of the organizational house remains as the cornerstone of the Wigwam's authenticity and Southwestern charm. In 1937, AAA employed its first inspectors, called field reporters, to evaluate and report on hotels and restaurants. Their findings were offered to members in 3 regional tour book guides published at that time. AAA introduced its current diamond rating system for hotels, using a diamond in honor of the association's 75th anniversary, and in 1985, officially rolled out the diamond ratings for restaurants. AAA members and the rest of the traveling public still want and trust inspector evaluations. AAA's extensive guidelines are based on industry standards, member preferences, and the insight of full-time professional evaluators. In fact, each evaluation rates on nearly 400 possible guest interactions. Today, AAA's professionally trained inspectors continue this practice as they inspect, approve, and rate more than 59,000 hotels and 29,000 restaurants to help provide travelers with a reputable source for consistent and reliable reviews.